Yeah, you're talking about what's in Rocket's pockets?
You strike me as a guy that would have a lot of stuff in the pockets, though.
Well, I'll show you this. I really shouldn't.
Of course.
I really shouldn't. I didn't bring this so I could show you, but
Oh, my God. Is that Matt's dad?
it's me and the Six Flags guy, so this is kind of... I wouldn't worry about that, but I'm happy you
Is
got
that
to take
really?
a look at it.
No.
Yeah, things were pretty serious. And then he's got his vows in his hands. God, he was nervous. He was shaking.
A life-size poster.
I always got it on me.
Yeah.
Just in case, you know.
All right, before we get into the show, we want to talk to you about a live show we're putting on, presented by Next in Line Comedy. It's the Men at Work Live Spectacular, Friday, May 30th at 8 p.m. You ever wanted to be on the show, but you couldn't? Well, now you got the opportunity to.
Buy a ticket, come to the show, hang out with us. You could put in a little thing that says, hey, I'd love to be on stage. And just come chat about your job. We'll just horse around. Same thing you see on the podcast normally. We'll just be doing it in front of 70 to 80 people.
Friday, May 30th at the Coop at 8 p.m.
Please come.
Yeah, you're talking about what's in Rocket's pockets?
What's in Rocket's pockets?
That'd be good. That
New
would,
segment.
That would run its course pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You strike me as a guy that would have a lot of stuff in the pockets, though.
Sure. Well, I always got a couple pictures, a couple harmonicas on me. You
Yeah.
never know when you're going to have to riff your way out of a situation.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But, yeah, we sat down, and I took this stuff out of my pockets. I put this bad boy on the table. He goes, whoa!
Holster that thing.
What's this? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's an invention.
Oh, okay.
Like an invention.
That's one of those slap hand things.
It's a sticky hand wrapped around a little lottery pencil. So the hand acts as the propellant.
Yep.
It's basically a 3D printed gun.
That's exactly right.
I like to think that somebody was filling out a lottery ticket, you had one of those, and you just fucking grabbed their pencil like that.
Nice
Not
try.
today.
It does kind of give the vibe of like when Elon Musk put all those forks together and he's trying to show the lady at the table. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Put like 9 forks. There's a similar thing, but it's a little more friendly.
Yeah.
Kiss your mother with that brain?
Please no cursing on here, by the way.
Yeah, please.
Well, I don't know. I think I was on a phone call last night. You guys would have loved it. And just talking.
I've never heard of phone call. I've heard of phone calls, never been a part of one.
Oh man,
We've heard the
we'll have
rumors.
to do one sometime.
Yeah.
This goes okay. We'll have to do one sometime.
What kind of phone call?
I was talking to this girl I knew in high school, and
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, you guys wouldn't believe it.
Like,
and
okay, yeah.
but I was messing with this Sticklin the whole time, and
Yeah.
then next thing I know, I go, huh? It was like, what do they call it when you write, like spirit writing, like unassisted writing?
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, what was
Oh,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I was like channeling this.
Yeah.
Like probably
Bob-
from Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
God bless.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Tesla, honestly. One
Bob
of his cousins
Tesla.
didn't get a lot of the love. He helped out quite a bit. Well, that's great, dude. We're here. We got to start the episode. I forgot.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back with another episode of Men at Work podcast. We are very sorry Kyle could not make it today. He's got a family schmamly thing going on. So much love to Kyle and the Pagan family. But we do have a wonderful little co-host. Sorry, but that was the
Male American
okay.
average.
Wonderful male, you know, one of those. Okay. Anyway, Brendan's here, co-hosted with us. But we have a very special guest, a very ooey gooey special guest. He's here at Helium Comedy Club all weekend. Very funny from Austin, Texas. Our pal Casey Rocket.
Wee.
We're here with Rocket's Pockets.
Rocket's Pockets.
Just finding out what's in the pockets today.
Sorry, those girls were watching us, and it was making me really nervous.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna happen quite a bit.
Now, this is my first time co-hosting, like Matt said, so I'm kind of experiencing this with you for the first time of people just
Sure.
walking by,
Yeah.
kind of looking in like we're zoo animals.
Yeah, they're looking at us like a bunch of freaks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no glass partition.
Yeah.
Throw a rotten apple if you want to, Hoss.
Yeah.
That's good. One of the classic phrases.
They're going to fall in like Dudley Dursley, dude.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Harry Potter.
Fall into the snake pit. I didn't
Oh,
mean to get
no.
into HP so quick, but
Yeah, like Bubba Ray Dudley. They're gonna put me through this table.
yeah.
Are you a Harry Potter guy? Like, what's the fantasy land that you?
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
Okay, sorry. Well, you strike me as a Harry Pottersman. So.
Oh, you look like you could be in the films.
Sure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
look like I could be one of the Weasley boys.
For sure.
I saw the first one and I saw the last one.
Yeah.
So
You said fuck the middle.
yeah, I saw the alpha and I saw the omega, and
You said I get it.
yeah, I get it.
I get it.
If the middle or anything like those, they're great. They're great. But I'm just as happy with a good book.
Yeah.
Good book, Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Check it out.
which would
Give it
be
a read.
Harry Potter. So.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you were at Helium last night. How'd the shows go? Was it a fun time? You've been at Helium before, right?
Yeah, I've been there 3 times in the last calendar year. So I was telling him they know my hours. So I was
riffing hard.
I was really riffing hard last night, trying to like make up jokes. It's one thing when you're riffing on a joke. It's another thing when you're trying to make up jokes.
Yeah.
Because I get up there and I panic. Like I'll say a joke maybe the crowd has heard last year, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel, oh, okay, they've heard it. So
Right.
then I start going like, yeah, like what if worms what if worms could scream?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? Like,
How long will you go
Yeah.
into it? Because obviously your act and your style is so chaotic already, but like when you're
Sure.
figuring it out, how long will you go on a tangent before you go, all right, guys?
before I pull
like-
the ripcord, I'll give it a minute. I'll give it 1 calendar minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
Anything longer
funny,
than that.
60 seconds is a long time, though.
It really is.
For sure.
To be figuring out a story on the fly about worms specifically.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot of stories. It was a lot of stories I hadn't told before. So, but you can tell where it's trending. Like, if it's not getting any laughs at all in the first 30 seconds, you go, okay, this is a nowhere story.
Yeah.
This is boo-boo. Everybody
Sure.
hate it.
Yeah. But if it gets a pop in the beginning, you're like, I'm going to run with this for a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm gonna wait until that pop was a distant memory. And I'll go, oh, remember how funny this was when I started.
That's got to be the
Yeah.
fun part about your style, though, is like when you're coming up with a new hour, you can literally talk about anything. I mean, I was telling
Yeah.
you before you sat down, like, I saw you last year at Helium. You had a 7-minute bit about a love affair with you and the Six Flags guy.
Sure.
So it's like this is the endless possibilities that it's got to be so much fun where you could just sit down and go, I am just going to come up with something out of thin air and just run with it for so long.
Yeah, it's truly Machiavellian.
It
Yeah.
really is. People are saying that. To
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I've heard that.
They're going, okay, this is a little Orwellian. We like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's super fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a silly guy, so it doesn't seem to matter to the crowd if the story is fake or real.
Yeah.
I won't fake a story in terms of like, so I'm at a bar the other day. And this chick walks in.
Okay,
what I
well,
like
that's
about
our
it,
act,
you
so
know?
pretty hurtful. I'm not one of those fucking losers.
It sounds fucking terrible, dude.
No, I won't fake like a story that could plausibly be real. I'll be
Yeah.
like, I was hanging out with like Scrappy Doo, and then the crowd's like, okay.
Yeah. Right.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have like a 15-minute thing on the Six Flags guy. It's
Yeah.
longer than you remembered.
It's a little spooky.
It's most of the act.
What has he been up to since the King Dakar went down? I wonder how he's handling that.
Oh, yeah, the coup d'etat.
Dr. Flag, the coup d'etat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was, well, I'll show you this. I really shouldn't.
Of course.
I really shouldn't. I didn't bring this so I could show you, but
Oh my God, is that Matt's dad?
it's me and the Six Flags guy. So this is kind of, I wouldn't worry about that. But I'm happy you
Is
got
that
to take
really?
a look at it.
Wait, hang on, pull that back up.
If you could show us the camera.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's me and the Six Flags guy.
Get
so
the fuck out of here.
it's pretty
Hang on.
cool. Yeah, things were pretty serious.
It's just kind of one of those things.
And then he's got his vows in his hands. God, he was nervous. He was shaking.
Out of all the bits that I brought up, too, that's the one bit that I brought up, and you happen to have a life-size poster.
Oh, I always got it on me.
Yeah.
Just in case,
It's also terrific to think of, like you said, you're doing the same hour. If like somebody in the audience is like, he's got the Six Flags picture guy again. He's doing it again.
God, he's telling the story about how he's married to the Six Flags guy.
Honey, I promise he has new stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody with a girlfriend there? What does the audience look like? Is it mostly little guys or like big, strong guys? Like, what do you usually get over there?
Yeah, it's a lot of little freaks. It's little freaks and geeks.
Sure.
No, I don't know, like young men and women, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's typically like millennials, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people on dates. So it's a lot of like the boyfriend took the girlfriend. Well, this is comedy in general, right? Or the girlfriend took the boyfriend. And,
Right.
and I can always tell, like, when I meet people after, because I do the meet and greet after every show, I can tell which one brought which,
Yeah, right.
you know?
Yeah.
And she'll be like, no, I'll just take the picture.
Yeah. When you started out, did you ever have to do a lot of crowds that were much older?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially when I lived in Idaho. I lived in Idaho for 3 years, and the crowds were super old, really conservative people. And it would just, most of my life was performing to absolute abject silence.
Sure.
Yeah. No heckling, nothing.
I
didn't
wish
even
I
give you
was
a
there
heck-
for those days, dude.
I could give you, for the right price, I could send you some videos that would make your skin tingle.
That had to have been so much fun for you to figure out, though.
Well, I think I built up a callus pretty quickly to
Yeah.
the idea of comedy. There's 2 camps. Is it for the audience, or is it for you, or is it something in the middle, right? 3 camps, some would say.
Summer camp.
But summer camp, fat camp,
Yeah.
Camp Rock.
Jewish
Fat camp
camp.
for summer. Yeah.
But in Idaho, I quickly made the determination that it was just for me. So it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong way to look at it, by the way.
That's
I have since,
so much freedom.
yeah, I have since come to find a happy medium of you have to have some sort of joke structure. You just have to. It's inherent to the art form. Anyone can go up there and completely freak people out to total silence. And that's what I was doing for years.
Yeah.
As I would go, you guys don't get it. I'm a little worm or whatever. And I would do these long act outs to silence. And then I would go, yeah, I'm basically Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, there's like, no, you have to find that medium.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, no one wants to be. That's not cool to freak people out for no reason.
At least you were doing it with like such risky, out of this world material where we were performing to complete silence of like the most generic. Like,
Sure, yeah.
where it's like this should be relatable and it's getting complete silence. Like
It's gotta
to have a 7-minute worm story getting silence in the beginning is a little bit more understandable.
Sure. Where you go,
Especially-
yeah, they don't get it.
When
yeah.
I'm genuinely talking about my life and people are like, I don't fucking like this guy.
I actually hate who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you just move to. I mean, it's got to be the craziest thing of like you're probably one of 4 comedians in Idaho at the time at an open mic.
Sure.
And then you go on stage. The guy after you has got to be like, no fucking way, dude.
Are they all like this?
Is this stand-up comedy?
So this next set's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about on Preston and Steve. You're a Brody Stevens guy.
Oh, I was a huge Brody Stevens
He is
guy.
the man.
Yeah.
He's so funny. His hour at the Comedy Store is on Apple Music, and I used to listen to it all the time. It would make me laugh so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I shave with a Mach 5.
Yeah. I took a swim in the Puget Sound the other day. I clogged the drain.
Sick, dude.
Well, he has one of my favorite jokes that I think about all the time. He goes, "Sorry guys, I broke down on the way here in my daddy's arms."
That's pretty nice. R.I.P. to the legend, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty good
Oh my god,
stuff.
the man. So Kill Tony, dude.
Sure.
Give us the long and the skinny of it. I mean, you get on there, you're like, you start to be the opener for it. How stressed are you every week being like, oh my god, a new minute,
Take a sip, please.
please, a long swig.
Think about it.
And do it like you mean it for once, dude.
Don't lick the lips.
Oh, sister. Oh my god. Starring the Tamara twins.
Great show.
Of course. R.I.P. to that.
Sister.
He's a smart guy. Tia and Tamara.
Yeah.
They were gorgeous.
Yeah.
They meant a lot to me back
That
in
was
the day.
originally the name of this podcast, but then it was taken and it became-
sister.
It was bastardized.
Yeah.
So tragic. Well, I don't do Kill Tony every week. I did it for a really short period last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like 2 months every week. So I've only done it like 12 times. But
Oh wow, that's
so you'd
that's
have
crazy.
to ask Cam or William. So
Yeah.
I don't do it like that.
I don't fucking do Kill Tony anymore.
I don't do
dude.
it like that. Well,
Yeah.
it's just I don't do it every week.
No,
but
I-
I would imagine, and that's what we would have conversations about ad nauseum, me and those guys, is that no one in the world does that. No one in the world is expected to do that
Yeah.
except for these 3 people.
It's crazy.
To come up with a new minute every single week.
Yeah.
And then, Tony and Red Band they're not doing a minute. So it's just you guys in this very exclusive company that makes you very open to criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're forced to grow. Cam's only done it for like 3 or 4 years, stand up. So
What?
Holy shit,
yeah, he's
dude.
forced to grow in the public
That's
eye
incredible.
as he's already a savant. He's a genius. He's the wonderkind.
Yeah.
But he's forced to grow in this public eye that a lot of people aren't exposed to. So it's kind of unprecedented territory. Yeah.
That's
my
insane.
3 or 4 years, dude.
Yeah, maybe 5 now, maybe.
Yeah.
Even still, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that. Is it like daunting where they obviously love you guys, but are you kind of always worrying about, are you writing like, is the audience going to like this, or is Tony going to be still into this? Especially
Oh.
early on when you first get in kind of his
Like
zeitgeist.
trying to get him to like it?
Yeah.
No,
No.
certainly not.
Yeah. Almost
No,
the
no,
opposite,
no.
I would imagine.
Well, again, because that's never been my intention. So all you can do is just do what you think is funny, right? And
Yeah.
if they like it, that's great. But I can tell a lot of the times I did it that the guests didn't like it or whatever. And It doesn't bother me. All you can do is that you think it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you cater to them, I mean, what would that even look like? I don't know
Right.
what that would look like.
Yeah, in retrospect,
Yeah.
look, I'm not the one who usually leads the interviews. That was one of the worst questions of all time. Do you like making other guys happy, or do you care about your craft at all, dude? That's crazy.
I don't know what he would even like. I don't know. It would be,
Right.
yeah, a joke by joke. I'm playing with my invention. It's been
Yeah.
a busy
That's how
day.
we're going to grab the guests later. We're going to slap them with one of these goo hands. Bring
Sit
them
down,
right in.
fucker.
Did you guys party it up last night? You and the boys?
I don't
Yeah.
drink, so we went to the casino and I lost $300 again.
Yeah.
I lost $300 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
What-
so
what
I'm
were you
down.
playing,
It's like
blackjack?
$4,000.
I'm way down.
Yeah.
I've never been down so much money. I don't gamble like that. Apparently now I do.
Except for 3 nights in a row.
Except for 3 nights in a row, I
Yeah.
do. We're taking tonight off, thank God.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
God.
What's the game of choice? What are
Off
we
the
gambling?
clock.
I'm just bad at all of it, man.
Me too.
I'll put $100 into a slot machine. I'll do $5 spins. Bogus. Gone.
Yeah.
Cooked. Then I'll put $5 all around the roulette table. Boop. Hits the bankus. Zero zilch.
Yeah.
Nada. Then I'll go, okay, now I'm down 200. Let me flip this 100 on blackjack.
Boys, this next one's on you.
Bust immediately. All right. I'm gonna take off.
Rob, Jimbo, we're going to be pooling our money together this next trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
but-
whole gambling thing freaks me out. I just feel so.
Hi.
There you go.
Thank you. Thanks.
That's got to be such a funny thing to get recognized. First of all, your first recognition was from your T-shirt alone.
Sure.
Twin Peaks, and then also getting recognized with crab hands. So it's just probably the more
I love you.
unique
Thank you.
recognition that somebody's getting. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, the
So-
universal symbol of love.
Yeah.
What is that? Because this is all. It seems like you've been doing stand-up for a long time. This is all kind of blown up in the past couple of years.
Sure.
But what is the adjustment? Are you feeling sexier? Are you feeling taller and longer? What's it been like this past couple of years?
Ebbs and flows, man.
Yeah.
Do you care if I smoke on here?
No, let it
Please.
rip. Please.
Be insulted if you didn't.
God, things are looking up.
Things are looking good for us, dude.
Pop a couple almonds, smoke a cigarette,
it-
whatever you got to do, man.
It was really,
Palm it up.
really, really, really difficult. Last year was
such an
super
artistic
hard.
director move, lighting up a cigarette. Be like, it was really.
It's also the perfect phrase to start a cigarette with. It was really difficult.
It was really difficult.
really difficult.
It,
It was-
ebbed, it flowed. Oh my God,
It
did
reeked.
flow.
It
God,
was
it
not
reeked.
the best summer.
It's been summer for quite a while.
husband. It was just really hard. I got 100,000 followers, I think, within 1 month. So it
Wow.
was I had maybe 60,000 last February, and then I got 100,000 within every day would be thousands and thousands of people. So it was just a lot. It put me in a really bad headspace.
Really?
Where I was just really all I could think about was people as a comedian, obviously what you want is people to see what you do,
Yeah.
right? But then when it's happening en masse and having all these comments rolling in of mostly negative stuff, at least when I would do it on Kill Tony, everybody hated it. So then it's oh God, am I some clown? Are people only following me because they hate me, or trying to figure out these things? But then at the end of the day, only within the last couple months have I really been able to come to terms with it's the same thing as Idaho. It's just all you can do is do what you think is funny.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing. It doesn't matter if it's 1 million people or it's 100 people or it's 10 people, which is what I did for years with shows for no people.
Yeah.
Like we all do. It's the same general concept. All you can do is just do what you believe in, as lame as that sounds.
No, it's funny. It's it feels like when you start comedy, that's kind of where you're at. You're just doing what you think is funny, and then in a couple of those middle years, you start to get away from that a little bit, and then you
Absolutely.
start to come back to it, realizing I just got to get back to what I think is funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's I've experienced the same thing on a much smaller scale.
Well, when I went to Idaho, it wasn't working, and I go, okay, this is not funny. What
Yeah.
I'm doing is not funny. This is never going to work. So then I had about 6 months where I was totally 100% trying to do relatable what I thought they wanted
I would
to
love
hear.
to see what that would look like. Be
Well,
like,
I don't-
I was at my job. You guys know jobs. You've had them.
My accountant, Scrappy Doo, was talking to me about taxation the other day.
Well, just kind of more basic,
Working
you guys
corporate
smoke
Six
weed,
Flags.
kind of you guys
Yeah.
smoke weed type stuff.
Yeah.
And
exactly what me and Matt are doing.
It's really going to be just naming it bit for bit.
but like
Drop the weed material, Matt. Drop the weed material.
I also think if you and I did a crab walk across stage, someone would call the cops. Dude. That's got to be like a KKK thing somehow, some way, dude.
Right.
It's horrifying.
It's all up for interpretation.
so sick.
Yeah.
But then you realize, okay, well, this even it was working better, but it left me with I felt like 1,000 times worse. Where I was like, okay, I've sold my soul for what?
I
To be
know.
a feature comedian, like
Right.
to do what for what?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
so I can work slightly more locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can host at Liquid Laughs in Boise. What's
Just
the
get
point?
one more winery, please.
Yeah.
well, what happened is Sam Talent came to town, and I hosted for him, and he saw my act, and I did really well, and then I watched his hour, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I
Yeah.
felt like my skin was crawling.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I just wanted to grab him and be like, that's not me. Like, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't really do, like, weed material like that.
Yeah. I've had.
I do worm stuff.
Yeah. You would love my unique shit, dude.
You would love my unique shit.
I'm not even relatable, dude. I don't normally relate.
You wouldn't
this
understand me at all, Mr. Talent. Dr. Talent, sorry.
Dr. Talent, I presume.
He's a tall glass of milk, huh? That's got to be intimidating.
He's a
like,
big guy.
Yeah,
He's a big dude.
one of
large
the
man.
biggest things.
Larger than life. He's a genius.
He really is incredible.
Especially
dude.
standing
He's
next to
great.
somebody that's like male American average, like you and I. You know,
Yeah.
he's probably
Just a giant behemoth.
yeah.
Dude, I'm wearing Dr. Scholl's right now. Stuff's not. I rolled my ankle last month. It's really downhill for me the past couple weeks. Being around so you kind of like blown up the past couple years. Being around like bigger comedians, is there like a large intimidation factor, or are you a little bit kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool at the nose?
Well, it depends.
Glad you asked that.
It depends on the person, but yeah, I mean, it's something. As with all things in entertainment, it's something you slowly get used to.
Yeah.
And only within the past maybe year have I been able to kind of still do my act or whatever. Like if they're in the room, I'm saying, I guess, like do my act without thinking like, oh, Ron White's back there, or you
Yeah.
know, whoever, or Tom Segura is back there, you know.
Do you ever think about that
Yeah.
with Rogan specifically?
When I first started working at the club, oh yeah, every set I did, I was thinking he was in the back of the room, like just like who is this
what
piece
does
of
that
shit?
do to you when you're on stage doing it? Even if it's just like you don't change your act, but what are you thinking? Are you like, fuck, dude, he's gonna?
Well, yeah. Anytime something doesn't hit, you're like, I'm cooked. Yeah. So you're slowly like maybe you start up here and you're slowly like you're collapsing in on yourself, like
Yeah.
as things, you know, your tags don't hit. Even if everything else hits, if a tag doesn't hit, like a throwaway line, you're like, Rogan hates me.
I can't
And then
wait
he's not
till
even
you-
back there. It's
Yeah,
like not
right.
even in the club, you know.
I can't wait till you're eventually on his podcast and it's just you and him sitting down like, worms are fucking crazy, man. Like that will happen within the year. It's just you and Rogan getting deep in on the worm talk, dude. Yeah, worms are crazy, man.
I can't. I mean, I have that thought. There's guys who have that thought at open mics in New Jersey about like Joe Rogan's gonna hate this. And it's
Right.
like, I wouldn't stress about that, brother.
Right.
You should be right as rain after this one.
You're quite a far ways away from the
Yeah,
mothership, my
you should
friend.
be A-okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the Austin scene is now very popular, but it seems like everybody is a little fancy pants about it. Like, is it comparative to New York and LA? What do you think?
Like fancy pants in what sense? Like they think that is better?
Perhaps, yeah.
I don't know. Like the past.
How fancy are your pants?
And talk about your pants for once in your life, dude.
For the past calendar year, I haven't been around like I once was. So
I like that you keep specifying that
I
it's
know,
a calendar
I know.
year, calendar minute, calendar day.
the Roman Greco calendar.
Geico, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's great for stand-up. I will say that there is sometimes there's kind of this I shouldn't talk about it. There's kind of this it's not as silly as like other places. Like I think people would be surprised at the narrative of like, oh, Austin is right-leaning. Most of the comedians in Mothership, like 9 out of 10 are super silly young people doing like alt comedy.
Yeah.
And that's something people don't see until they get kind of behind those doors, because there's no clips being released out of this like media black hole, right?
Right.
So you don't really see what's going on there. Like most of the door guys are super silly, like alternative people. So I think that general perception about Austin is wrong. But at the same time, sometimes I don't feel... I feel like people are in it for the wrong reasons there, maybe.
Yeah.
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 Even though I have a lot of like great friends there and stuff who aren't in it for that reason.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you're going to get that, I guess, just with the explosion.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just comedy in general. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
to think that that's right leaning, and then like Lemaire is there. So the Lemaire like is the most just. He looks like a poster boy for anything but right
There
leaning.
we go. We were going to find it.
I love Lemaire. Dude, he's the
No,
man.
I know. I thought you were going to come up with a specific, like, he looks like a poster boy for something, and we were all going to
I
brainstorm
was
and come
dancing
up
around
with.
that. I couldn't stop
I
thinking
miss
about the.
Lemmies, dude. He was our core, best like Philly guys are all Austin guys now.
Yeah, they left us, they departed us. They were too good. Lemaire,
Yeah.
last time he was, I think one of the few times he was in Jersey recently. He took a shit in my apartment that smelled so bad that me and my girlfriend got in a fight. He
was
laughed.
Like,
She got
she was
back.
like, "Don't let him poop in here anymore."
Well, she was like, "Does he have to do it in the main bathroom?" And I was like, "Well, I can't really control that thing." It really was a
Hey, Lemaire, guest bedroom.
Lemaire, if you're doing dookie time, it's time to go to the guest bedroom.
Do you, Rob, and Jim share a hotel room on the road?
No.
I was going to say that's got to be the smelliest hotel room
Because
of all
then
time.
that puts forward the idea that somebody's sharing a bed.
Yeah.
So it's a couple.
Which is totally fine. Sometimes you open for somebody on the road at
Yeah.
a Parks Casino and you share a
I've
bed.
done it before for sure.
Yeah.
I've shared plenty of hotel rooms, but no, the club, they pay for my hotel room. So, and then I pay for Rob and Jim. So,
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
That's a classy move.
well, sure. Well, so when you live your life, like I don't really have like a home, right? I live like out of a suitcase, right? So it's a pleasure. You need to pay to bring your friends with you.
Yeah.
You have to have your friends with you, or it's a really, really isolating experience.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
What do you think's
Yeah.
been the biggest change with touring that you've noticed? Like within the last year, you've obviously gotten an even bigger audience. Like when you're on the road and you're touring now, is there like any glaring differences that you're seeing?
People are just excited, and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to meet. I do the meet and greet after every show, which a lot of people don't do. It's really tiring, right? But it's really exciting. It's all new for me. Again, I couldn't sell. I don't even know if this is again. I don't even think I said this, but I couldn't sell any tickets before like a year and a half ago. So it's all super cool
So
for me.
cool.
Yeah. I don't really have like a litmus test. I've done like 70 cities since last summer, so I've done like
Goddamn.
a bunch of cities. So it's all equally exciting in equal measure.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten old yet.
Yeah. That's awesome. Dude.
I can't imagine, dude. It's got to be the coolest thing. Just coming up, horsing around, goofing all throughout the states, dude.
Yeah.
Bringing your friends with you.
But at what cost?
Let's get silly. Let's horse around, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a somersault on stage? And be honest, dude.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Open mic stuff. I've definitely tried.
Yeah. What's like one of the more absurd things you've done, like that you can't do on a real stage, like an open mic or back in the day? Any crowd surfing? Any?
I see you jump in the stool constantly, but that seems
There's a
like
lot of stool work.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I used to do sets in character a lot, where I would be like, I guess this is what I was trying to say about Austin, is
Yeah.
I seem to be more, my inclination would be as like a UCB person, where I'm like silly character work type, goofy improv type thing, even though I don't do improv.
Yeah.
And then there's not a lot of people like that in Austin. So sometimes it's like trying to find my tribe, right? But yeah, I would do a lot of like, I used to do showcases and I would do 10 minutes as stand-up, and then I would go, all right, I'm going to do a character. And then I would do a character, which is like the worst way to do comedy, because they're like, it's you, right? We just saw you, it's you.
Right.
Yeah, but you made an announcement. To be fair,
You just did one 360 spin. You're like, I am a different guy
Yeah,
now.
you go, no, I'm the weatherman. They go, what? I did that for like a long time.
you should have had audience plants of like somebody be like, "Holy shit, it's the weatherman." It's
Yeah.
like, all right, nice, we
Oh,
got him.
no, he's the weatherman. The other guy left.
Yeah. Rain, sleet, stuff like that. Yeah.
So funny.
No, he's talking about clouds now.
Have you found any people trying to copy, like do Casey Rocket styles?
Oh yeah.
Any Casey babies
Sure,
out there?
these things happen, but it's things that people grow out of, right? I think we all did that. So it's a form of flattery, I guess.
Yeah,
I
but
see some stuff
yours
like
has
that.
got to be so funny to see, because there's no denying where you go, I wonder who he's inspired
I'm
by.
the lobster man.
It's like, well, he's dancing like a crab on stage. You go, I don't know, that might be a tell.
Well, it's This is what I always say about it, is that it hardly works for me. Even when it's my crowd.
I dare you to try my style, dude.
Even when it's my crowd, it's a room full of people who bought tickets just to see me. I'm one riff away from losing them at all times.
Yeah.
So it hardly works for me. And when I do showcases to this day, I eat shit all the time.
Yeah.
So if it's not my crowd, I eat shit constantly.
Yeah.
I bombed super bad last week.
You like the danger.
At Moon Tower. Yeah.
Yeah, you riff too close to the sun, and
Yeah.
you get burnt. And
Like
sometimes.
Icarus, Rifferous. So
Hello,
tragic.
folks. Good to be here.
Just me falling out of the sky. 'Cause I tried to talk about my bones being too long.
Have you ever met a rival riffer that you guys kind of came to maybe fisticuffs almost? Somebody that riffed in the same vein, and you had to take matters into
Yeah,
your own
I
riff?
picture like a Japanese anime cartoon where they just like see each other.
Yeah, you keep thinking about your move in your head, and it gives a dialogue for
Yeah.
the episode.
I've met some people who have messaged me and they go, "Oh, I'm like the riff guy too," and I go, "All right, brother, I'll see you on the court."
Yeah, okay.
And then so I was in Australia, and like 2 weeks ago, and there's a comic from Britain named Kyle Legacy,
Oh, dear God.
and he riffed me. He riffed me into a coma.
No way.
He was,
fuck outta here.
dude. He fucking stole my wind out of my sails
With the fake accent and everything?
So, yeah, totally. By the way, Kyle Legacy, fake accent.
Yeah,
Call
we
it
know.
legacy.
The jig is up, buddy.
I'm calling it how I see it.
Fake last name. Fake.
Say what you want. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Take it at face value, okay?
Yeah.
That means something.
This is genuine riffs.
No, but he was like
Genuine.
Genuine.
doing crowd
Of
work,
course.
riffing, and we had been messaging, and I had met him before, and so it was our first show together, and yeah, they had me close out this showcase and this is always a fatal mistake. When it's me headlining a showcase for a crowd of people who don't know who I am, it almost always is total silence. And
Love it.
it's either the show was bad, now the crowd is dead, they're going to continue to be dead, or the show more than likely was red hot,
Yeah.
and they love what they've been seeing for an hour and a half, and
Yeah.
then I get up there and I'm like, no, stop doing that thing. And I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's kind of my move, too.
I don't know how. The only way
Yeah.
I know how to do it is
The hat tip is something different, dude.
I bomb so hard, but
Oh, that's the best.
it's good for business, man.
It's good for biz.
Are you? Can you acknowledge a bomb when you're in that? Can you hit like you guys don't like this, or you just
Oh,
go
for sure.
full through?
Yeah. I'll go like, don't worry, it's just like 45 more minutes. You have all kinds of tricks of the trade where
Sure.
you're trying to win them back. I never typically give up.
Can
Yeah.
you think of a time recently? I mean, it's probably a while ago since you've had a crowd for a while now, but where you go right off the bat, they are not into it, and you're looking down the barrel of like another 44 minutes. I've had many
had
sets where it's like
yeah.
they don't like me right away, and I'm like, just oh my god, the time that I have to finish. Is,
I had a bad weekend. This is a great club. I had a bad weekend in Arizona maybe 6 months ago, and improvs are big rooms. So improvs typically are like 400 to 500 people. They're the bigger clubs.
Yeah.
And the whole weekend was basically sold out. And for whatever reason, it was like a college town. I think it was just people, they bought tickets to see something other than me.
Right.
And every
worst.
single hour, I was like back behind the curtain, like, fuck. And I would go there. I was like, shooting ketamine or
Showtime.
whatever. Yeah. Ketamine in my dick hole. And they're
just
like,
you
"No."
backstage going, just get out there, Case.
Yeah. Do it for yourself, bro. You got to do it for you,
This is
dude.
for the boys back in Idaho.
Served to the.
You're living a blessing right now. This is all blessing.
Oh yeah, our boy is back.
Yeah.
Come
Get
on,
Get
come
on
on
over
in,
here,
man.
brother. All right.
Have him take a look at this invention. see
Now
what
this
he
could be a
thinks.
rival riff if I ever
The
saw
most
one.
important thing, we're going to run some inventions by you and see your thoughts on them. All right? And we need
What
total
do you think about that bad boy?
You grab that microphone again. Just hold that close to
You
your
ever
mouth.
seen one of these in the wild?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Cool invention. My name is Dylan, by the way.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Nice to
skipped
meet
me.
you,
All right,
brother.
that's good to be
He
here.
put his hand out first.
Nice to
Fair.
meet you.
He's a quick
He,
boy.
I ain't no handouts though.
Dylan, man. We've been
Yeah.
looking for you all day, brother.
You found me.
Well,
Yeah,
we don't
that's
know.
right.
We're gonna
Roaming
find out.
around.
We're gonna find out what you do for work in a little bit. But the first
Okay.
question, your thoughts, and keep it a bean.
My thoughts. Sticky situation in your pucks.
That's
pretty
right.
good.
man.
All right,
He's
dude.
absolutely
You're,
right.
you're,
You're
gonna
in, dude.
look at all
Natural-
the lint that's gonna get
That's
on
totally
there.
right.
You're a
Yeah, it's
fellow
a natural
riffer,
born
brother.
riffer.
So, Dylan, what do you do for work? What's your life like? What do you have a job?
Man. Yeah, I do. I live down in D.C.
What are you
Okay.
doing down here?
Work up here. I'm visiting my good friend Kiara over here.
There she
good
is.
friend I've known for
Kiara.
a while. Hanging out for the day, working food, working restaurants down at this cafe in Georgetown down there right now.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you make music?
Make music. I
That's my
you
next
know, I
question,
just
Mr. Rocket.
music kind of flows through me. I find I like dancing a lot, like freestyling and.
You're a dancer.
Yeah, you know, not like I know you're thinking I'm a contemporary, modern, you know, interpretist,
My exact thoughts, yes.
Chopin,
I was gonna-
Chopin,
I thought
Tchaikovsky, you know.
classical.
That was last year, but I figured I had to,
It's a new
try
year.
something new.
One
yeah,
calendar
yeah.
year.
Yeah, more like, you know, like the belly dancing kind of, you know.
Really?
Really? How'd you get
Oh,
into that
yeah.
line of work?
Well, you just turn the song on, and then, you know, the moves start happening. I feel it kind of,
And did you say you're a freestyler too? Freestyle rap?
yeah, you know, started
Would you mind giving us a sample?
Just a couple bars.
couple bars.
Lowly bars for
Couple
guys like
bars.
us.
We got them all around. One over there called The Park.
Okay.
I hear the birds with the high def sound.
Mm.
I'm from my man's. He said I'm from out of town.
Oh.
I said, you know how we get down, even though we up now.
Okay.
That's how it was. Head in the cloud. I almost took off the mic. Shit, I did it like Mike. Listening to Like Mike back when I was like maybe 5 in 05. I think it was with Calvin Cambridge. Yeah, but nowadays I'm 20 years older and I'm still saying the same shit.
Yeah.
Something like
Are we
that.
getting this?
That's huge.
Clip it.
Hello, Hollywood?
Hello, Dr. Hollywood.
This
We have
is
a
me.
guy.
I'm calling.
Dylan's here.
That was pretty good, man. It was pretty
Dollar
impressive.
Dang, you know, Disco Dang, Delando Jones doing the thing.
Yeah, brother.
Damn.
It just never stops, dude. This is good stuff.
No, you guys should, you guys come hang out sometime.
I would love to. Thanks for having us.
Where should
Hang out where?
Where are we hanging?
I don't know,
where are we headed to?
No trees. We don't hang from trees.
What
but
Okay. I
Ay,
hope
Dios
not.
míos, okay.
I don't know.
What
Is that a
parks?
threat?
What parks are you gonna be hanging out at that we could find you?
I don't know. We like down in DC, like Malcolm X Park's a nice one.
Nice,
Live over by
okay.
there. They got a nice little drum circle. If anyone down there on Sundays,
Hell yeah.
come shake it one time.
So you work in food. That's a very broad thing. What is
Yeah,
that?
let me,
Restaurants? You work at?
let me get all.
Yeah, please.
Get situated.
Yeah,
as
come
close
on
as you
now.
can
I'm
to
trying
me.
to lounge out. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
Hop
we're
in.
connected at this point. After I
Okay.
skipped your hand, I feel like I got to make it up to you.
Can I touch a braid?
Yeah, you can too. You can touch anything.
Just a braid.
Anything.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you just
And
got to
just
ask.
and then let me feel your hand.
And you feel that?
Feels pretty good.
See that?
Rocket.
That was you shot. There was an accordion over there. I was doing the chakra dance
I'll take
earlier.
that back
Y'all
real
missed
quick.
out on that one.
My bad.
We were aligning the chakras earlier, so
Yeah.
I hope y'all caught some of that. Like a little
I
contact
felt
high.
it.
Some.
I felt it.
Aligning the
Excellent.
chakras. Are you a very Zen guy? Or are you very like?
No, I don't really believe in all that.
What? You're shirtless in a park today. You got to have some
You might
level
be,
of zen.
Nah, I mean I enjoy it. I think it's all you
Enjoy
know.
good
To
zen.
each their own.
You gotta
of
you
course,
gotta
but
do
of
what you
course.
like. You know, you gotta feel comfortable, real natural with it. But you know, I the whole like hoopla, and you know, you need all the like.
Sounds like a lot of
you know
hoopla.
what? You gotta know what I'm talking about.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, you know
absolutely.
what I'm talking about. Like
We get it.
I'm you know pay for the tarot cards and you get the dowries on and all this stuff. Like, you know, come
Yeah.
on.
a lot of
It's a little
baggage.
much. It's a little too much.
Oh, it's too much. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to a palm reading before?
No.
I've been to one, and it actually was fairly accurate. I went to one at a bar, and the lady told me that me and my girlfriend were going to break up soon, and we broke up a month later. So it's not
Oh, wow.
all fooey do
Were you already
I've had
thinking
a lot
about
of them
it,
that
or-
are accurate. They're super accurate.
It's a little scary
Yeah.
accurate almost every time. It's kind of like the zodiac sign.
Huh.
I would love to shit on it, but for the most part,
Like
it
the-
does feel like there's some.
I don't
semblance
like
of truth.
it feels like then my
Oh.
fate is locked in, and then I'm like, well,
Oh, yeah.
I got to get in a car accident next
Yeah.
month
Yeah.
because
Oh,
she
yeah.
said it's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I'm just gonna keep doing perks
Uh,
because it's above my pay grade.
It's my destiny.
That's a good one. If you're reading your zodiac sign, it's like Libra.
Perks.
What's the
Casey,
price?
we need
What's
you to
the
stop.
price on the
These
hand reading and the
perks.
perks? Is it a similar price or?
Perhaps it's probably
Yeah, I'm
similar.
thinking about picking up a new hobby, so maybe I could
The tariffs are
Perks.
hitting the perks, from my understanding. The tariffs,
Oh.
tariffs.
tariffs. Yeah.
Oh my God, perk prices are through the roof.
Perk
Oh my
prices
God.
are
Oh my
unbelievable.
goodness.
We
Yeah.
import all
You
our
just gotta
perks.
grow your own.
We, yeah.
That's true.
Grow
We
your
need
own
more
poppies.
homegrown perks in this country. That's what.
We
that's
really
what people.
do.
That, there's a
It's
lot of
homegrown.
perks. There's a lot of perks in growing your own perks.
It's like a baseball-sized poppy. It's homegrown.
yeah.
It's 37% tariffs on Jason, the dealer.
We're bringing the jobs back to America.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you went shirtless today. You said it's good sun out. I'm gonna
Oh.
absorb it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it feels good. I'll be getting tired of walking around. You get all. It's like that little doohickey you got over there. You get all sticky and
Yep.
it's not real comfortable. You know, I'm gonna have to go change my shirt. I'm gonna be all stinky. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Now,
might
let
as
me
well
ask
just
you
let
this,
it breathe.
You're in shape, good-looking guy. If you weren't, do you think you would still go shirtless?
Settle down, Matt.
I'm just feeling different ways.
Probably not, right?
Really?
I mean, yeah. I have been not good looking and out of shape before, and I wasn't popping off then. At times, you know, real comfortable.
You weren't always popping the top.
In certain situations, you know, you'll rock out, but all the time, no. You know, you grow into it. We all got different phases of life. You know?
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm in a phase right now myself, honestly.
Yeah,
If
you
I
just
took
broke up with your girl.
No, that was my old girl. The new girl's still around.
The new girl.
So are you a taken man? You're a single guy? You on the town?
Single guy. Yeah.
Single guy. And how's Philly treating a single guy?
Shit, I've been here like 18 hours, so
Okay.
less than that. 8 hours. I don't know.
And you
Anywhere between 8 to 18 hours.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You guys just strolling around the city, just looking for some fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
I don't really, you know, I guess you look for it, it finds you. It's like, hey, you know, we missed it. We got a little table. They told us to wait. We said, okay, came over here. I seen y'all. Now we're talking. Like,
Shit's popping
it
off.
just comes.
Shit's
It's like the
popping
shirt.
off
The
in a lot
shirt,
of
you
ways.
just pop off the shirt and then the rest pops off. you
That's
know?
right.
Actually, I had my tarot cards read last month, and they said a shirtless guy was going to sit down with us. This
Unbelievable.
Not worth the story.
We turned dreams into
And the
reality.
Weather Channel too said it's gonna be 78 degrees.
He's a weatherman, actually,
I watched
so
that
it's-
one. And,
Wouldn't that be funny if tarot was like, it wasn't like your life is going through a different season. It was like next Tuesday. Someone is going
Hella
to walk into your
specific.
apartment.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're like
You're
dreading the
gonna
clock.
miss the bus to work.
Yeah.
just week by week tarot card readings. You were going to have diarrhea on Wednesday the 16th.
Tuesday night,
good to know.
you got your blanket up
There
to your
will be a
face 'cause you
crackhead
know
on
you're
the
about
bus.
to poop the bed
Yeah.
like Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
So sick.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So cool.
So
terrific.
when you say you work in food, are you a cook?
I'm currently doing front of house stuff, making like lattes and cleaning tables and
Oh, nice.
counters. And part time. I'm also cooking at night. I've done most things except bartending.
Yeah.
But,
what are you cooking at night?
Yeah, what do you make?
I work at a pasta wine bar called Revelers Hour down
cool.
in DC. Really nice spot.
Nice.
We'd all kind of, it's not like Italian, but pulls from it, kind of contemporary and American cuisine as well.
Pasta wine bar. What is the cocaine budget on that back room back there?
You know, you got to at least get a bottle to start.
Sure.
Then you got to buy a lot of cheese.
Bottle of cocaine.
You know, we got cheese by the wheel. You know,
Oh, quit bragging.
you know.
nigga.
Bottle
yourself.
of coke.
What am I gonna do? You know, it ain't
Bottle of
that.
wine.
It ain't that Reggiano. You know, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It
Yeah.
all
what you're talking
depends
yeah.
upon you.
That little Flor de Sal, you know, that's your ooh, little espresso, that gets you going.
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Cheese by the wheel. Can you imagine?
Oh, you see, they
All
do
the money in the world.
They cut up their cheese wheels and they
So cool.
that seems like a
splendor,
waste.
yeah,
With
true.
this- put the noodles, they put the noodles in the wheel and they
Yeah.
mix it all up.
That's what I would
No
imagine
way.
Casey's doing with his new comedy money. He's like, just give me the biggest cheese wheel you could
Oh, yeah.
possibly think
I'm
of.
just, yeah.
What's the comedy
Smoking
money?
a pipe and
What's
just
going
buying
on with
cheese by
that?
the wheel.
I'm dipping fucking In-N-Out burgers in there.
Oh,
Get out of my room.
I'm a comedian. We're all
Oh, yeah?
comedians.
Oh, right
yeah.
on.
Been best friends for about 40 minutes now.
We just
Really?
met
Closest
each
friends.
other.
Yeah.
I've never met him.
that's amazing.
Well,
I
we've
feel
met.
like we're like a quartet now. We're like the Four Tops.
We've met. No, we're met. I don't
we've
say
met. Trust me.
We're old friends.
Mr. Rocket.
How long y'all
Oh,
known
we
each
did meet. I
other?
remember that.
We all just met today, but we're just here to kind of hang out, interview some people like yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And well,
Fast
this was
friends.
great. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh,
man.
yeah, hey.
Any parting wishes to the community?
I don't know. Just keep doing what y'all do. You know, enjoy yourselves and don't think about it too much. You know, it ain't that deep. Just have fun and don't let shit get you down that don't matter now.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Can we
dude.
put that on a T-shirt?
Yes.
You
The whole
can-
thing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take it off.
Come on, let's go, man.
Hey, pleasure, y'all.
Thanks,
Thanks, man.
Nice
You're
to
the
meet
man.
you. He was a world of surprises that entire interview.
Yeah.
He spoke in riddles and algorithms
temptress,
of
yeah.
the cosmic,
Yeah.
of the cosmic variety.
Yeah.
He's lived.
I feel like you're the only one that was actually interpreting what was being said.
You're the
Yeah.
You're
oracle.
like, guys, the riddles, it's on me.
We were riff channeling. Yeah, it was beautiful. Spirit writing.
He did feel like a rival riffer. Yeah, there was a lot of movement on that
There
one.
was a lot of tension, but there was a lot of camaraderie too.
A lot of camaraderie. Especially our best friendship we were talking about earlier. That was a really dismissive, we've never met before, dude. We've met so hard.
Pretty
didn't
quick to
mean it
establish
like
that I have never met these guys.
I didn't mean it like that.
I got nothing to do with this. I never
you can
seen
stick
this
that
before.
gooey hand right up your ass, my friend.
You guys have to believe me. You simply must. All right, we're calling it.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
So fun. That was You know, I won't lie to you guys. It's been one of the best days of my life so far. I'm at Helium all weekend. Next weekend, when does this come out?
It'll be out tomorrow.
If you see this,
Yes.
and it's Saturday, I got a couple shows at Helium, Philadelphia. If you see this and it's next week, the last week of April, I'm in Las Vegas all weekend at Wise Guys. Come see me. Thank you.
We'll be there hanging out.
Good
Best of friends.
Some of the closest guys of all.
It was fun. You guys are super funny.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you doing
thanks
it.
for
Thank
doing
you
it,
so much.
man.
You're awesome.
Nice to meet
man.
you.
I'm happy to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, CaseyRocketComedy.com.
All right, team. Who are we here with? What's going on? What are our names?
I'm Wolf.
Wolf?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Amy.
Wolf and Amy?
Wolf and
okay.
Amy. Now, is Wolf your birth name?
No, Wolf is my chosen name.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I like Wolf. How do we
Thank
land
you.
on Wolf?
I like wolves. I went by Alex for like a long time, like 10 years or something like that. And if you know anything about Alex's, you know the shit ton of Alex's.
Sure.
I was tired of being one of the Alex's, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stand out. I'm picking something new. So I
Straight
picked
to Wolf.
Yep.
It's pretty tough to say that in
Yep.
front of Amy. There's quite a few Amy's out
Well,
there.
actually, Amy's my nickname.
Oh.
My name is
Real name is Wolf.
Surprise! I'm Wolf, and she is also Wolf. We're actually all furries are actually named Wolf.
Of course, of course.
My birth name's Cheetah, but I go by Amy now.
Yeah, I typically go. Well, my actual name is Amora.
Okay.
But 90% of people, for some reason, don't know how to say it whenever
Yeah.
they look at it on paper. So I just made it easier for people just
There you go.
call me Amy.
Yeah, there you go.
Amore's pretty sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are furries, furry fans? Is that what we're hearing?
Furries,
We're both
yes,
furries,
yep.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how do you get into becoming a furry? Can you walk me through that?
It's kind of a vibes thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
But like, when
Sweet.
did you first catch the vibe?
I think when I was back in middle school,
Yeah.
I originally was like, oh, I like that stuff.
But like, so
know?
you saw a video and you were like, I like what's going on.
Yeah,
with
what
this.
was like your opening? Like what piece of media? Like what on social media?
Yeah, like, are you hugging a teddy bear and you were like, God, I'm feeling something?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
or like movie, because you know how every furry has like that movie that was like that
Yeah.
awakening.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
So-
Ted the movie and I said,
that is what I want.
Yeah.
There will be blood.
So originally, I think it started like earliest memory. I think it started with the movie The Secret of Nim.
Oh yeah,
which
it's like the
apparently is-
mouse movie. It's like an
Yeah.
animated mouse movie.
A lot of people apparently
Really?
were
attracted to the mouse.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Are you okay?
I won't judge him. I won't judge him.
Let it rip.
that wasn't exactly my awakening. I was one of those people who I fell along that like hated furries into furry pipeline. So like I always knew of furries when I was younger. But in 2016, as I started to interact more with the media, I just kind of fell into it.
Yeah.
But I would say I was like a low-key furry for the longest amount of time, and I.
What does that look like? I'm a low-key furry. I'm just sniffing a teddy bear behind closed doors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing to see here.
Good stuff.
That's low key from Marvel, by the way. That's an actual low key furry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would say like my proper when I decided to dive like deeper into the community and media was like a year or two ago.
Okay.
When I started properly interacting with it, and then I went to my first convention, which was Philadelphia last year.
And do you have, and I apologize because I'm not as familiar, but do you have a specific like costume for yourself?
So I want to get one.
Yeah.
They're just expensive. I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
But
That's something that's not talked about enough is how expensive it is to get in the furry game.
It actually is talked about on Men at Work podcast.
Well,
19 episodes.
I am a guest host today, so
Find
I
them on
apologize.
YouTube and Instagram.
Those motherfuckers are loaded, dude.
Yeah.
Every furry we talked to was a six-figure earner because they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
my
Really?
suit's
Yeah, my-
$40,000 or
Oh
some
my
shit like that.
god.
my partner is a landlord. He works for
Adjacent.
Graystar,
Okay.
which is like one of the biggest what is it called?
Rental, like
One of the biggest like property owners
Yeah.
in general, especially on the East Coast. Like
Yeah.
you'll find a decent amount of the buildings in Philly are Graystar buildings.
Yeah.
So he works for them and he makes a decent amount. He owns his own like partial.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But
And-
I'm one of those who just don't really make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Though I am trying to pursue a proper career.
As a furry?
Partially.
Both being a furry and becoming a mechanic. Furry mechanic.
Furry mechanic.
That's a
Yeah,
very
shit,
common,
That's
very
cool.
common career path is furry mechanic.
Most
that
times
right?
I'm getting my
Yeah.
oil changed. I go, this guy's probably dressing up behind closed doors.
behind closed doors.
That'd be pretty sick if like a furry coming out and being like, so this is what your carburetor looks like. You're going to want to get that one changed. I'm going to say bit mitts on that. That'd be terrifying.
That's so funny.
It's it brings a whole entire new term for dog tracking.
That's right. Yeah.
So is that how you guys met?
I actually met her through the Furrydelphia Telegram chat. I joined there because I sold my fursuit to someone. They were like, oh, hey, here's a group chat that a bunch of people who go to Furrydelphia are in. Here's the invite to it. And I was like, well, shit, I didn't know this fucking existed.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know I existed either until recently.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
joined it, and we just started talking through that and hanging out, and now we're here.
And so you sold your furry suit.
I did. I had to, yeah.
Did you
so
make
you're a
some good
millionaire.
coin?
Yeah, like $500, something like that. What I
Not
spent
bad.
on it? Yeah, not at all. It's decent.
I had one for a
Paid my
short
rent.
amount of time. Though.
Sweet.
Who
was it?
I had one for a short amount of time. I
Okay.
had one for a couple of months. I got back in Halloween. During Halloween, I had it in my possession because I had to fix it.
Sure.
And then I just kept on wearing it until like February.
Okay.
And I
Nice.
had to give it back. But
Yeah, we were at Philadelphia. I guess it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
One event that I would like to propose, done very safely. I think jousting would be pretty fucking sick at Philadelphia.
my
Yes.
God.
Can we not
God.
fucking
I
joust?
second that.
Can we not joust?
I think a little jousting should be allowed.
Keep it safe.
I second that.
Very soft, kind of big sword thing.
Yeah, like
I
a
would
pool
like to see
noodle,
two
like a
furries.
pool noodle.
Well,
Yeah.
a little bit hard, a little denser. Okay, perhaps maybe something.
Because they got like those foam swords.
Yeah, I would like to see
Maybe
some
like
jousting.
a foam paddle.
Yeah, like a foam
Yeah.
paddle. Yeah, so that's my big recommendation to the furry community.
Instead of
if you'll
having
accept
Anthro Arena, they just
just do it in the fucking conference room at the Hilton. Who
No,
cares?
yeah. Furrydelphia, if you're listening, get in on this.
Yes,
please,
fucking awesome.
please, we need jousting.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people, do they thrift other costumes like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most common ways I think to get a fursuit is secondhand through someone else.
It's that and pre-mades.
And pre-mades, yeah.
Custom. So having full custom suits
gonna
is
easily-
really expensive.
Easily
Yeah.
rack you $1,200 just for a head and
Yeah.
hand for paws.
I mean, it depends on the creator. There's
Yeah.
some creators that I know who do like a full suit for like $2,000 or $3,000,
Which is cheap.
But there are some who do it for like the price of a new car.
Yes.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
we were starting to hear. Yeah, that's
What,
Yeah.
what was your
going
furry
rate.
costume? What did it look like?
It was just a corgi. So I had the head and I had the hand paws and the feet paws. That's
What-
it.
no long
bodysuit.
body? You gotta get a
no.
long body.
I wanted one, but that bodysuit of a carpet would have been another like $500, $600.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just been
Damn,
locked
dude.
in. I keep seeing long body dogs. I want a long body dog so bad. Dude.
Oh yeah,
They're
like
the sweetest.
the
Like a
wiener dogs.
Yeah, like a wiener dog, corgi, something fun.
I thought you were
Yeah.
saying you wanted a wiener dog fursuit.
Perhaps.
Get in on
And then
that.
that's like a two-person suit, though. I need like one guy in the front, one guy in the back.
They have those.
They
I've
do
seen
make
them.
those. They
we
do make those.
That's
just
what I'm
wants
gonna
a-
fucking joust on, dude. I'm gonna be riding that into battle.
He just wants a long wiener.
Everyone does. I can't blame
We
them.
all
Is that a
do.
sin? Is that a sin?
No.
Well, in the Bible.
Oh yeah, the Bible. I forgot about that old.
Yeah. I'm not
Um,
preaching it.
Well, look, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We appreciate it. Any parting
of
words you like to give
Oh,
to
I
the...
like you got a furry tat.
I do. I have a couple. I have this one. This is Toro and Yoi. Like he's the mascot for Sony in Japan.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. This is my little guy. I have one on my leg too. It's hard to see.
Oh, and you got a little
Got a little tail.
I got a tail on. Yeah, it's
Let's
my
go.
coyote
I
tail.
want to get
yeah.
one of those.
Fuck
Get it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I know. I want to. I also have a tattoo. It's Gigi from
Okay.
Gigi from Kiki Delivery Service, just like
The Ghibli movie.
punkish.
Oh,
Nice.
Ghibli's,
That's it.
Yeah.
Ghibli's they're having a rough moment.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh my god, with the AI stuff,
Yeah,
that's
the,
crazy.
The creator of Ghibli, I think, was pretty pissed.
I
would be too.
I would be too.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
God damn, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
I had no idea how tapped into you were to the
Keep a
Ghibli.
pulse on the
know what we're
Ghibli
talking
community, of
All
course.
right.
Yeah.
All right. We see you.
Absolutely. Hey, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. This was great. We really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
Yeah,
for
it was a lot of
having
fun, a lot
us.
of
It was
fun.
awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're very
Likewise.
Phone in
welcome.
my wallet.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so
Nice to meet you.
much. Y'all enjoy the rest of your
Yeah, you
beautiful
too.
day in
You do the same.
Rittenhouse. Thank
Have
you.
an amazing
100%.
day.
Beautiful
Thank
day.
you, you too.
Yes.
I'll see you.
Thank you. I'll see
Appreciate
you.
it.
As we were talking to those guys, I was really astounded by how much you already knew about the furry community. So I
Yeah.
apologize that I was stepping on what
No
you
worries.
already knew of.
No problem.
Yeah,
Just don't do it again.
but you were really tapped into the. They were like, yeah, you do this, you thrift. You're like, of course, you thrift your furry suit. Like, how did you? Well, you guys did the furry convention.
Totally honest with you, the pod is finally starting to get some legs on it, and a large portion of that is due to our furry friends, dude. That furry episode, they're the bros. The furries are cool.
I mean,
dogs.
they were incredibly cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the jousting thing is kind of a move, though.
Well, it was. It's definitely interesting. It's interesting to to hear them just be like, yeah, you know how anybody else does. You just fall into the community. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
no.
love
That
that, dude.
is where I am not following. I don't
Yeah.
understand how you even find out about that and how you kind of. But
To be
hey,
fair, I mean, that's
each
kind
their
of
own.
like, that's people asking us about how to start stand-up. It's like, well,
Yeah, it's very true.
it's kind of directionless after college.
Very-
and,
very-
I have a complex where I need people to like me, so
Yeah, very true.
here we are.
Yeah,
It really is brutal, dude.
find
The
a
whole
group of
stand-up
misfits and you just.
We had a cop working here one time.
yeah, it is. Okay, we got Big Dog here.
Having
The
a good old
misfit
time.
nature is really unbelievable.
Yeah, dude. It's so unbelievable. Just a couple of
crazy, dude.
misfits sitting at a table in Rittenhouse Square, and
How do you feel? This is your first time being out and about.
it's been cool, man. I am shocked at how much you guys are getting recognized out here.
It's so dumb.
It's crazy.
The people I think just the idea that most people I know only talk about their job.
Yeah,
Like for the most part, I mean, as you get older too, like I'm starting to realize as I get older, I'm just slowly dying inside, and I'm just wrapping myself around. Right now it's comedy, but who knows? It'll just become my job.
yeah.
Just be an Excel head.
Well, it's good that you're posted up in the park too, because you get, people from all sorts of jobs here.
Yeah.
Some without jobs, some with jobs, some shirtless, some shirts on.
Yeah, shirtless Dylan was kind of the move, dude. I kind of envy that level of confidence where if I walked around shirtless, someone's gonna call the cops. Even
Yeah.
if I'm in like a public square, if I'm on the beach.
Yeah.
Like the level of translucence that I have in my skin pigment, because you're a pale fucking guy too.
Oh.
You're disgusting.
I wouldn't rope me in with your category,
Hey,
but sure, I'm not the
hey.
tannest of men. I'm an Irish fellow.
Yeah.
But
more importantly, you're a new second. What's the term if you have a second kid?
I don't know,
Second
man.
dad?
Loser.
True.
Yeah, just had a baby. She's a week old. My second child.
Yeah, dude.
So obviously I'm here.
Of course. Yeah, that was kind of nuts. When you said yes to this, I was like, what a piece of shit.
It's funny. I was talking to my wife, and well, first of all, you text me yesterday, and you're like, "Hey, give me a call when you get a chance."
Yeah.
My immediate thought is, I swear to God, I was like, "Holy shit, you're gonna call me." I was gonna text you back and go, "Is everything okay?" Because whenever somebody says, "Can you give me a call?" that doesn't you
know how to
normally do
word
that,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Or is he mad at me?
Yeah.
So I thought you were gonna be like, Gab is pregnant, and I was gonna be like, dude, it's totally fine. It doesn't make things more difficult in your life at all. Like you're gonna figure this out. Trust me, I was the same age.
Oh, you were
blah, blah,
rehearsing
blah.
before the call.
Yeah. And then you're like, hey, can you hop on the pod tomorrow? We got Casey Rocket coming on. And then for me, having to tell my wife, like, we are interviewing Mr. Rocket. It's really important in Rittenhouse Square. We're going to be outside.
Yeah.
So it's funny when you're doing comedy, it's like nothing ever sounds like a job, despite it being like, hey, like it is something that you want to do and you have to do sometimes, but it's never going to sound
It's
appropriate
so hard to sell,
be like,
dude.
I got to talk to a shirtless guy in a park. It's important.
It's a lot. It
And
means
she's
a
like
lot.
got a screaming baby in her arms, and I'm like, "You're good with this, right?"
Look, babe, this is a big opportunity for me. I mean, it really is like that's why you have to have kind of a psychotic partner in order for this to work.
Yeah.
Your partner kind of has to be as out of their mind as you are. Like they're like, hell, like this is gonna work for him at some point. Most people will be like, this guy's out of his mind.
Yeah. Or yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think this guy does?
Let's get him on. Excuse me. Hey, do you want to sit and talk to us for a little bit? We just talk about your job, what you do for a living, and then just kind of horse around. What's that?
Come on over.
Greg.
Greg, nice to meet you,
We
man.
finally got you, brother. Good to be here. Yeah. So, Greg, tell us, what do you do for your job?
I'm an architect.
You're an architect.
Architect.
Okay.
and
Architect.
Interior designer.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Just a
So
little closer.
mostly work in restaurant design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now,
So-
were you hanging out in the park, just kind of visualizing, getting some ideas for your next architecture?
Well, sort of. I'm working on a project that's right there, right
Okay.
on the square.
Oh, cool.
So
Really?
Great by Park.
right by a park. It's going in the old Barnes & Noble store.
No way.
It's a new Italian restaurant. So it's a big 2-floor restaurant we're designing and
Holy
under
shit.
construction right now.
Wow.
Now, let
Yeah.
me ask you. I'm starting to notice the very dimly lit restaurant theme. It makes me nervous. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how I feel about it. Is that like a trend, or you think that's going to be a lasting thing?
I think it's lasting. You got to
Yeah.
set the atmosphere. Lighting's everything in a restaurant, right?
Sure.
That sets the scene. It sets the mood. Gets you just enough light to light your face and the food and the people you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm a bit of a klutzy guy where I walk in and I'm kind of when it's too dark. I go
Yeah.
panic mode. I'm scared about where my feet are, if I'm going to trip.
Well, it helps you hide everything too, then, right?
Yeah.
True. That's a
You
good
get a
point.
little spill, no one's going to notice.
That's a good point.
That's not bad.
What would be
I
some?
should be an architect.
What would be like for your average person, basic interior design tips you could give someone that are like, hey, here's like some, like something like that. Oh, that hides the.
Well, I mean, every project's different, but like the core of it is you got to think about it holistically. You got to think about everything works together, right?
Yeah.
Not just one element by itself. It's everything together.
Right. So you're kind of thinking about a general theme with.
It's a theme, and how does this go to this, and they work together. That's kind of like you always got to come back to that. You always got to be able to, you can get caught up on like what this tablecloth is, but you got to be able to zoom out, and say, how does that work with it?
That's always the mistake I'll make with my house is I'll get one piece of something that I really like, and then I'm just piecemealing random shit all together, and none of it goes.
Yeah,
it's kind of my existence.
That's always the issue, right? You get excited about one thing, but honestly, if it's more holistically together and it's simpler, it might be better than this crazy thing and this crazy thing and this difference.
Right, because at least it's cohesive.
Yeah.
What about, I'm kind of noticing a lot like I don't know how to phrase it, but like the commercial modernization of every restaurant. Now it's mostly in like chains. It seems like you're working in kind of like their own unique thing.
Yeah.
Is that an actual aesthetic, or is that just a cost-cutting measure where like everything's kind of gray and straight lines and that whole thing?
That's the bad aesthetic that we got to outgrow.
Is that what it is? It's just something we got to get rid of?
That's right. Yeah. It's you go through waves of high design and low design and a lot of different stuff, and then it gets simpler and simpler and simpler, and it gets cheaper and cheaper, and the millennial gray.
Yeah.
That's most houses. Yeah.
It's got to go.
Gray, white cabinets, marble.
Is it a matter of sometimes just like the hiring architects that just have like the more creative visions, and it's just been kind of
yes and no. I mean, there's also things of like the market just dumbs stuff down so it gets easier to get, and then that's what's off the shelf. It's right there,
right,
and that's what shows up because it solves a problem immediately.
Right.
Yeah.
Without the forethought.
Yeah, it's simple. It's maybe cheaper, and it's and then it kind of takes out some of the creative fun.
Yeah,
I always kind of enjoy the idea of like an architect. Not to sound crass, but you guys like artsy fartsy. You're seeing things from specific angles. Very, it's very
I was going to guess you were a musician, so when you said architect, I'm like, all right.
The music of solids. Okay, but like, do you work a lot with like the blue collar construction guys? And then is there any kind of like riffs that happen where you're both coming from different?
Everything's it's all teamwork. It's all I might have an idea, but they're building it, so you got to work with everyone, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a circular conversation all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how you get good results, though.
Yeah.
We come up with a concept, we come up with ideas, we come up with all these things, but you got to build it. And you got to work with someone who's building it, and they have input and they have ideas. They oftentimes know better than you sometimes.
Yeah.
And vice versa. And you got to be able to put it all together and kind of thread that needle.
Yeah.
Do you ever stress about what you're wearing in front of them? Because I always worry about. I kind of like to dress a little kind of cool, fun guy.
Yeah.
I get made fun of pretty often. Do you ever worry about it?
I mean, you're going on a job site. You got to be aware of what you're wearing. But like, this is what I wore.
It's pretty good.
It's right down the middle.
It's perfect.
You can walk any world.
Perfect architect attire.
Yeah.
Double-breasted button down.
That's got to be an amazing thing to tell a woman when she asks what you do. Is you go, I'm an architect.
I know. That sounds good.
Sounds great.
Sounds good. Yeah.
It's like 2 syllables, 3 syllables. It's like boom.
But I just feel
everyone knows what it is.
A lot of consonants.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I feel like a woman is just really attracted to a man with that skill set too.
Yeah.
You're an architect. You can build. You can see. You can
plan.
visualize.
Yeah.
You can plan.
That's got to be tough though. With the lady though, like my girlfriend loves the decorating process. If I was better at it than she was, I think that would be a cause for fights pretty often. Do you see that a lot? Where she puts a picture up and you're like,
it's happened before.
That.
I've had some issues with
you go,
class, but
I'm classically trained in this. You're like, excuse me.
Well, that's a different,
Right.
Choose your battles.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Now, you had to go to school for architecture?
I went to school for it when I was younger, yeah.
How long is that schooling? Is that your typical like bachelor's degree?
No, it's 5 and a 6 year, 6 years essentially at this point.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
master's.
Okay. Where'd you go to school?
Temple.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Temple.
Go Owls.
Yeah.
There you go.
So been there for a while, but I didn't follow the normal route. Went to school for it, then I didn't practice for 10 years and started, I've made stuff. I've worked in the world, in a wood shop. I started my own construction business for a while.
God, I love that.
And then I went back to the design world and after I learned all those skills.
Yeah.
So a little bit different path, more well-rounded.
Were you all self-taught with the woodworking stuff? I asked because I'm trying to teach myself some stuff.
No, I mean, I worked construction throughout my life.
Yeah.
As a teenager and, self-taught, sure, I was taught by someone on the job site,
Right.
And then
You had some real job
worked different
experience.
jobs for a long time and then did my own thing for a long time, so.
It's awesome.
I love it.
So it's all,
Very entrepreneurial, you seem.
absolutely, yeah.
You do have an entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah. There's a lot of Tesla to you.
I don't know about that, but
Okay, there's no Tesla to you. There's Bill Gates. There we go. Well, look, we have a lot of young men who watch the pod. Can you give
Yeah.
like a parting? A lot of guys, we move into our first apartment,
Okay.
and the idea is black fake leather and dark wood, and that's 90% of the apartment. Could you give any kind of advice to a young gentleman trying to figure out what to do with it?
Help us out.
don't be afraid of color. Pick a color and do a color block. Do a big bright blanket. Pick a colorful artwork. Invest in art now. Also,
Yes.
that's what I would say as a young man. And start buying your friends. You go to a gallery, buy the $200 painting from your friends making. You're gonna have that for the rest of your life
Hell
Why do
yeah.
you say that?
because it's a collection and it makes
Yeah.
it adds to your interior as well.
Mhm.
That's your house can be all white walls, but if you do great artwork, it's gonna pop.
Yeah.
Love that.
I like that. Sweet.
So,
That's awesome, man.
Well, very nice. Well, thank you for sitting and
Yeah,
hanging
thank
out with
you.
us. This was great.
Nice to meet you.
see
Great
you guys
meeting
later.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That has been our episode. We horsed around, we goofed around. Thank you to Casey Rocket for hanging 10, all the people we sat and we kind of chatted with. You got to admit we chatted.
Oh, we chatted
Oh, we
hard.
chatted. Oh, my God.
Chatted so hard.
Chatted hard. And thank you to Big Don, Big Brenny boy, leaving the paternal hospital, whatever that means, and doing the episode with us. But yeah, make sure you check out the YouTube, the Instagram, all that stuff. Kyle will be back next week. We'll see.
We missed him dearly on this one.
Turns out I'm a little boy who needed my big daddy. Well, thank you for listening. That's been the episode. Peace.